Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yo, what's good, original crew, man? We're back on the channel with another Just Thought Lounge video today, man. Our video for today, he chose another woman. The brutal murder of, how would you say it?
Marisela?
Botello-Valadez.
Botello-Valadez?
Botello-Valadez?
Or Marisella. Botello.
It's the I silent?
What I?
Marisela. Is it Marisela?
Maybe so. Marisela. We'll see, babe.
I don't know. Hey, with that being said, before we get into it, make sure y'all check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go. If you want to first support, all you got to do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's video,
locking it with a thumbs up.
Hey, let's get into it. I know I pronounced it incorrectly.
No, it may be what'd you say, Marisela?
Marisela. I don't know.
We'll see.
Hey, ready?
Yes.
Let's get it.
In the early morning hours of October 5th, 2020, a 23-year-old woman was captured leaving a popular area for bars and clubs with an unknown man. The woman, Marisela Botello-Valadez, was...
Marisella. Oh, that's going to be a hard one. Marisella.
Unknown man. The woman, Marisela Botello-Valadez, was from out of town. She had only just met the man whose vehicle she is shown climbing into. But Marisela had been locked out of her friend's apartment. She had nowhere to go. And the man she meets is charming. He seems cool. He isn't pushy. What Marisela is about to find out is that it isn't just this charming stranger that she needs to worry about. It is the other people at his house and the other women in his life. Hi everyone, I'm Kevin and welcome to Just Thought Lounge. Today's case ends in a very different place from where it begins. It is a case that has more than a few oddities. A disappearance, an international manhunt, a love triangle, possible witchcraft, and many, many lies. Let's take a look. On October 5th, 2020, Marisela Botello-Valadez was booked on a flight from Dallas, Texas, back to her hometown of Seattle, Washington. The 23-year-old had just spent a long weekend visiting an old friend and one-time boyfriend, Raul Ortiz. But as her flight boarded that day, Marisela was not amongst the passengers. Her name could be heard on the intercom across the airport terminal. Marisela Botello-Valadez. Report to the gate for boarding. When the plane finally took off, Marisela's assigned seat sat empty. Back in Washington, her parents and younger brother worried. Marisela was a supportive and loving older sister. A fun, sweet, and hardworking daughter, she was a young woman that her parents were very proud of. Concerns over a missed flight quickly turned into fears that the worst had happened. Her friend Raul awoke at home in Dallas to find that Marisela had not returned to his apartment the night before. He didn't know where she was. Raul told police that he had partied a bit too much the night before. He had misplaced his keys, then passed out in front of his apartment door, awaiting his roommate's return home to let him inside. Marisela, not willing to wait at the doorstep, had ordered a Lyft ride at around 1 a.m. She went back out on the town, on her own. Marisela was dropped off in Deep Ellum, where the drinking, dancing, and partying at the bars and late-night clubs was still going at full steam. A security camera fixed to the back of one club, the Punk Society, angled towards a large parking lot, captured Marisela walking alongside an unidentified man. In footage from another camera at a distance farther away, the two were captured again walking towards a vehicle. The car was later determined to be a 2014 black Audi A3. Marisela got into the car with the unknown man. With no audio available for the footage and little more to go on, it was unclear at that point whether she chose to get into the vehicle willingly or not. Days later, there had been no further activity on Marisela's credit or debit cards. Calls and texts to her cell phone from worried family members and friends went unanswered. Family told police in Dallas County that Marisela would not have chosen to get into a vehicle with a strange man outside of a nightclub. So at first, investigators entertained the possibility that they were dealing with a kidnapping. That is, until they managed to track the black Audi from the parking lot. At 1:28 a.m., the car's driver and Marisela Botello entered a 7-Eleven. She was captured in a still image coming through the door smiling. Marisela walked towards the coolers and selected a drink to purchase. It appeared from the footage that the young woman was not, in fact, being held or led anywhere against her will. License plate readers set up across the...
Because you know how we always say, like, when family and friends be like, oh, no, that's not like her. That's what, like, a lot of times we really don't know a lot of our family and friends outside of when they're around us. Mm-hmm. We don't know the other lives that they have that they don't show us on the regular.
Yeah.
Like, for the most part, I think you know me more than, like, my family would know me because we're always together. They don't know me as far as this, you know what I'm saying? Or this life. Mm-hmm. Especially since I relocated. They would say, oh, that's not him. And you'd be like, well, that actually is him. He is actually this. Because I'm with him 24/7.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of family, because she's out partying and she's out turning up.
Having a good time.
That's not the side of y'all. That's not the side of that y'all would know. Because that's not the side she's going to show, especially her parents and her close immediate family. Because we all, especially grown, and you have done things in your life, you have shown a side of you that you don't want your parents to see. I don't want to see them in my element of my turn. Some of y'all don't give a fuck. Yeah. Some of y'all going to turn up the same way with y'all parents that y'all going to do with y'all friends. But some, you know what I'm saying, they like, hey, I don't want to see my parents in that light. Especially like you. You're like, my mom got to see me in my
I think I act the same, but whatever.
No.
Like, yeah.
No.
Wait, that ain't
No.
led anywhere against her will. License plate readers set up across the city caught the registration of the black Audi. When the car ownership was checked against the driver license photo of the man in the 7-Eleven, there was a match. 31-year-old Charles Chuck Beltran worked door security at a club in the Deep Ellum area, near to where he had encountered Marisela. Chuck was a convicted felon. He served 2.5 years for aggravated robbery with an unloaded firearm after he pistol-whipped a man and took his wallet. When investigators checked the GPS data from Marisela's cell phone, they found that her last known location corresponded with the home address registered to the Audi. It was the home of Charles Beltran. She had gone home with him willingly and had not been seen or heard from since.
Jeez.
Because honestly, because the frame was passed out in the crib, right?
Not in the crib, but outside the door.
And she had arrived there, right?
Yeah, they went there. He passed out, forgot his keys, so he was waiting on his other roommate to come. She didn't want to wait, so she went back out on the town. Yeah,
so with that being said, if she was able to get inside the house, I think she was done partying.
Yeah.
And she like, I don't know how long it's just going to take him to party or whatever. I'll just probably meet back up with him in the morning.
Yeah.
She probably was still looking for a good time and looking for somewhere to crash.
She met this guy, ran into this guy, and then, yeah.
Kind of look like a one-night stand type of thing.
Special Agent Taylor Page from the Dallas FBI office was assigned to assist Dallas County with the investigation. On the afternoon of October 14th, a week and a half after Marisela was last seen alive, Agent Page, alongside uniformed officers and a county detective, visited Chuck's address in Mesquite, a roughly 20-minute drive from Deep Ellum. When the agent received no answer at the door, he decided to call the leaseholder of the house, a woman named Lisa Dykes. When Lisa answered the call, she told Agent Page that she had not seen Chuck in weeks. When asked to clarify the nature of her relationship with the young felon, she refused. Lisa stated that she has no way of reaching Chuck, nor did she have any information regarding his whereabouts.
He is not a suspect. He's just currently a person of interest regarding this case, because we know that he was the last person to have been seen with her and to speak with her. And we would just like the person to give us a call, let us know you're not a suspect. We just need some information.
Too much time is passing, and I'm afraid something has happened to her. If they could find it in their heart to tell where he is, I wouldn't want them to be suffering the pain I'm going through. It's very difficult not knowing anything. This hurts so much. I can't stop thinking about her and ask God to protect her and that nothing bad has happened to her. I pray every day for any news about her.
While law enforcement searched for Chuck, they also obtained a warrant to enter the house, the last known location of Marisela Botello. It appeared that the home had been cleared out for a move, and very quickly.
Ooh.
Belongings were left scattered on floors of closets.
Because he said it had been a week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Which actually is a lot of time to get rid of a lot of evidence.
A week is a
very long time. Wow.
Very quickly. Belongings were left scattered on floors of closets, cupboard doors left open, and pieces of trash discarded on the floors and counters. A mattress was leaning against a wall in the front hallway. It was unclear how long the house had been essentially abandoned, but it appeared that during that time, the ceiling above the master bedroom had caved in, leaving piles of insulation on the chest of drawers and floor below. The kitchen in particular was left in a state of chaos, with leftover food and cleaning supplies sitting out. It was as though the occupants had simply dropped everything and walked out the door, intending never to return. Law enforcement also documented a curious miniature statue set up as a kind of shrine inside the Mesquite home, although at that time they did not assign any significance to it. Later, the figure was identified as Santa Muerte, a kind of female Grim Reaper. She is the personification of death and worshipped in folk Mexican Catholicism, as well as new forms of paganism. The liquid chemical mixture known as Blue Star, which is used to detect the presence of blood, was sprayed by crime scene technicians throughout the house. In what was thought to be the guest bathroom, a small area along the doorframe and in the bathtub glowed blue in the darkened room, indicating a positive reaction to blood. The area of greatest interest was in the guest bedroom, the one that was later confirmed to be Chuck Beltran's. In this room, an area of carpet just below the window had been cleaned. Despite the obvious attempts to cover the stains, red and brown colored streaks showed through. When the Blue Star was applied to this area, it returned a positive indication of blood. Testing of the carpet sample confirmed what the investigative team had suspected. The blood was that of Marisela Botello. There were 2 more blood profiles found on the carpet, one male and one female. These were thought to be from the 3 individuals who lived in the house: Chuck Beltran, Lisa Dykes, or possibly Lisa's wife, Nina Morano.
Oh, this shit done got deep.
Lisa's wife, Nina Morano.
So where Chuck comes in?
Because she didn't want to give the relationship between
Her and Chuck.
So is Chuck like a...
Is this a throuple? Or is like a relative of someone?
It ain't your son, is it? No.
Boy, could it be
Or could it be
her
her son?
or somebody related to her?
Or y'all all in the real? I don't know. That's okay.
Oh, this nigga got deep.
Very.
Investigators needed to locate the leaseholder, Lisa Dykes, urgently. Speaking with those who knew Lisa, they had learned of an interesting arrangement in the household. Lisa had worked as a paralegal in the field of litigation negotiations for over 30 years.
Oh, for real?
During that time, she had been married 3 times and raised 3 children. The youngest, 20-year-old Chelsea, had been unceremoniously kicked out of the house, reportedly to move Chuck Beltran in. According to Lisa's office mate at her law firm, Lisa had stated that she needed her children out of the house so that she could live the life she wants. And that life, apparently, included living with the 31-year-old bar bouncer and aspiring rapper. Chuck had his own bedroom as well as a workspace, a studio room which included a closet covered in acoustic foam for recording his rap vocals. Lisa purchased Chuck a car, the black Audi A3. She registered a business for him called Math Class, and she funded his music videos. One such video was recorded in the driveway of the home in Mesquite. Both Lisa's legal colleague as well as her longtime hairstylist and friend told investigators that the nature of Lisa's relationship with Chuck was clear. She was his sugar mama, and she was proud of it. She enjoyed speaking about how she was able to financially support him, as well as other parts of their relationship.
You kiss your keys to the curb.
Their arrangement, such as it was, remained in place even after, in 2019, the 56-year-old married her best friend, the recently widowed 48-year-old lawyer from Staten Island, Nina Morano. According to these same sources, Lisa's marriage was also a sort of financial arrangement. Nina had been left a healthy inheritance from her late husband. She also had a successful career as a lawyer in New York and made a good living. After the wedding, Nina maintained some of her work near New York, as well as a second home in Pennsylvania. It seemed that Nina was also introduced into the arrangement with Chuck. She moved in with them to the house in Mesquite. Not only that, but when it came time to choose a common surname, she and Lisa rejected their own and instead became legally known as Lisa and Nina Beltran. In the early morning hours of October 5th, 2020, the day Marisela Botello went missing, cell phone data placed all 3 residents at the house with Marisela. An arrest warrant for capital murder was drawn up for all 3 individuals: Charles Beltran, Lisa Dykes, and Nina Morano. The house cleared out and phones going unanswered. The location of all 3 was unknown. Phone records for Lisa and Nina from the night of October 5th showed that both devices traveled from the house to an area south of Dallas, near Hutchins, Texas. The area is densely wooded and close to several bodies of water. Dozens of personnel from various law enforcement agencies began systematically searching this area for possible remains of Marisela. Throughout November 2020, searches continued in areas isolated by the women's cellular data. 5 months later, in March 2021, a person reportedly attempting to track feral cats came across what they believed to be a human skull in a wooded area, not far from Hutchins, near to where law enforcement had searched months earlier. Dental records confirmed that the remains were those of Marisela Botello-Valadez. After exposure to animals and the elements, the medical examiner was unable to determine a cause of death from the partially recovered remains.
So sad.
2 days later,
So she had to been buried like in a shallow grave for them to not find her, but for also animals to dig the body up and...
Yeah.
Wow, bro. So y'all had time to but y'all had a week, which is a long enough time to do whatever you need.
Covered remains. 2 days later, law enforcement in Miami, Florida, tracked down Nina Morano Beltran and made an arrest. She and wife Lisa had rented a home in the area, though after Nina was apprehended, Lisa had once again taken off. At that stage, there was no sign of Chuck.
Damn, Nina.
Lisa remained in contact with Chuck during this time. Text message exchanges showed that they continued to hide from law enforcement, even while Lisa tried to arrange a lawyer for Nina, who was being held in a Florida county jail. Can you send money? I need to switch vehicles. They got warrants for capital murder on all three of us. Supposedly, they found her. But the attorney said they are building a case. They don't have evidence. They are guessing. I'm hoping she keeps her shit together.
She's slow.
I need to get out of this state real quick. How much money do you need? How much can you send? A few days after arresting Nina in Miami, Lisa was located just outside of Orlando. The team, well protected and armed, prepared to arrest the now 57-year-old paralegal and have her extradited back to Texas. They had tracked the couple, who continued to drive their registered vehicles, across the border to Mexico and then around several states before arriving in Florida. After receiving the call from Agent Page, Lisa had taken a series of steps to avoid arrest. She and Nina contacted a neighbor who is also a realtor in Pennsylvania and placed Nina's house for sale. The proceeds would presumably help fund their attempts to flee justice.
That's
then
crazy.
They arranged for Chuck's Audi to be shipped to Pennsylvania as well. Perhaps, thought investigators, because the vehicle was wanted in connection to Marisella's murder. When law enforcement knocked on the door to arrest Lisa Dykes Beltran, she was on the phone with her lawyer. By May, Lisa and Nina were back in Texas. Each posted $500,000 bonds and were released with ankle monitors on house arrest. They faced charges of capital murder in addition to tampering with evidence. Chuck had also been apprehended. Law enforcement found him in Utah staying with the family of an ex-girlfriend, who is also the mother to one of his children.
Utah.
Lisa and Nina followed the conditions of their release for months, from May 2021 through to December of that year. Then, they planned to run. At 7:30 a.m. on Christmas morning, both ankle monitors were disabled, roughly 4 minutes apart. Taking advantage of the holiday and the under-resourced Department of Dallas pretrial services, the women were able to evade detection for 2 full days. On December 27th, pretrial services became aware that the monitors had been disabled. By that time, Lisa and Nina had boarded a plane and traveled roughly 9,000 miles. Tickets to Seoul, South Korea, and then onwards to Phnom Penh, the capital of Cambodia, were issued in their names. Immigration officials in Cambodia confirmed that the couple had entered the country and had not continued on from there. The FBI office in Dallas was yet again pulled into the investigation. Coordinating with Cambodian officials, as well as the country's largest bank, agents were able to track cash withdrawals made by Lisa and Nina. ATM camera footage from one such cash spot captured the license plate of the vehicle dropping the women off at the machine. From there, local officials found the vehicle, a taxi, and its driver, who directed them to the address where 2 foreign women were staying. In the seaside town of Sihanoukville, Lisa and Nina Beltran were apprehended once more. They were
Y'all so damn stupid. Y'all don't even give fake IDs or even
Nothing.
try to. Y'all said we're gonna go by a legal name and everything. Like, and she supposed to be a lawyer and she supposed to be a paralegal.
And they neither one of them.
Like, how is she a successful lawyer?
You're not thinking. You're not like, they'll be able to track us. They'll be able to do this. They'll be able to... Everything y'all doing. You texting old dude. Like, y'all literally... You literally in the text messages. They found her. They this. They that. Da-da-da-da. Like, are you okay?
It don't make no damn sense, bro.
Extradited back to Texas in February of 2022. This time, they were held in custody. Trial dates for both women were set for 2023. Both pleaded not guilty to the murder. At that stage, it was clear that the women had played some role in the death of Marisela Botello.
Some role.
But what had not been revealed was what motive they may have had. It also remained a mystery what had actually taken place inside of Charles Beltran's bedroom that night. By the time that the first of the scheduled trials commenced, that of Lisa Dykes, Chuck had decided to cooperate with the DA's office. He offered to testify and to tell a jury what he claimed was the truth of what happened to Marisella.
Boy, y'all older women, damn.
She feel like night and day.
Y'all damn slow for some damn dick, bruh. What?
Facts, though. So, facts.
But you call yourself being in a relationship, married to the woman.
It don't make no sense.
And you kicked your kids.
You kicked your kids out the house.
And taking care of his ass.
To move him in.
He ain't got nothing for you. But I guess he got good words and good dick for her, huh? That's the only thing he got to offer her. Boost her head up. I ain't gonna lie, he an ex-convict anyway. Most ex-convicts know how to talk. They don't have nothing but time to learn how to manipulate the system or the situation to benefit themselves. They're some good talkers, bro.
Yeah.
It was Lisa Dykes in what he assumed was a jealous rage that had entered his bedroom that night. Finding the 23-year-old asleep in his bed next to him, Lisa had stabbed her to death. He awoke during the act while Lisa straddled Marisella. Nina entered the room after the attack had taken place. Recognizing that Marisella was no longer alive, Chuck told police that he had run from the house, leaving behind his two girlfriends in the bloodied room with the young woman that he had brought home with him only a few hours before.
At the conclusion of the evidence, I know at the conclusion of the evidence, what you are going to decide is that this young lady right here, sweet, fun-loving Marisela Botello-Valadez, it just came down here for a long weekend, was killed by Lisa Dykes. Her body dumped outside south of Dallas in Wilmer on a country road by Miss Dykes and her wife, Nina Morano.
Lisa Dykes' defense team argued that she had no motive to kill Marisella. She had never even met her. Lisa was not a jealous sugar mama who was overcome with rage when Chuck brought Marisella home with him. Far from it. She claimed that they had no romantic relationship. She had never once expressed jealousy over similar behavior by Chuck, which had been frequent. Chuck called himself Chuck Gorgeous and Chuck 50-50. According to the defense, the 50-50 stood for 50% amazing and 50% crazy.
Mrs. Dykes is going to tell you she's never met Marisella. She's never met this young lady. And she could care less about the women that Charles was having at that house. He was a rapper that she was investing in. Yes, was there some twisted, what do you call it, love triangle between the... Yes! Yes! But you're talking about Chuck Gorgeous. That's what he calls himself, Chuck Gorgeous. Because of the way he manipulates women, I don't know if Charles killed Miss Valadez. I don't know what happened to Miss Valadez. What I do know is that they will not be able to prove to you that Miss Dykes committed this offense because she didn't.
The state called Lisa's longtime hairdresser, Kathy DeLeon, to establish motive. Lisa's obsession with Chuck Beltran.
She told me that she had gotten home from work Friday and that she caught Chuck and Nina in bed together. When she was telling me this, she was like, I could just kill her. She goes, yeah. She says, I cannot believe that I caught them in bed together. And I told her, I said, Lisa, you invited this. You know, I was like, you have let this trio thing go on. Did you not think that it was going to happen? I never saw Lisa like upset. You know, she was always like, you know, but this particular day, she was very, very upset.
Kathy testified that after meeting Chuck at a bar managed by her son, Lisa began to drastically alter her appearance. Lisa began getting tattoos, cropping her hair short, and dyeing it bright colors. Over this period, she also lost approximately 60 pounds in weight and underwent a lower facelift and thigh-plasty to tighten the appearance of her chin and legs. These changes were perceived to be done to please Chuck, to transform into what Lisa believed he wanted. In a bizarre and unexpected turn, hairdresser Kathy also introduced evidence of yet another extreme aspect of Lisa Dykes' personality.
I see an altar, and it had this big statue thing that to me resembled like a Grim Reaper. She goes, what's wrong? And I was like, and I pointed at it, I was like, are you into witchcraft? And she goes, well, I've dabbled in it. I just said, well, okay, girl, to each his own. Just don't put a spell on me. And I was like, come on.
Pennsylvania friend and realtor Jamie Scarpa testified to the level of panic and urgency with which Nina and Lisa had wished to sell the house in Pennsylvania. The two visited the property with Jamie to prepare the house for listing and sign some papers. During the walkthrough, they did something unexpected.
So normally her house is bright and airy and open. All the windows and doors were covered with like black sheets. It was pitch black in the house when I walked in. And there was a closet that's next to the foyer. Inside that large closet was like a life-size, I guess you call it a statue of a skeleton. And it was wearing like a robe and it was holding something like this. There's like a mat on the floor in front of it.
And what did they do in front of that?
Kneeled.
What did you think about that?
I was ready to go. Yeah.
Terrifying?
Scary.
In December, did you receive a photograph from a buyer's agent about some concerning things in the home?
Yes, we did. A buyer's agent had said that a buyer was concerned about something that they seen, and they sent me a photo. It was like a smaller, what I would call Grim Reaper statue, and it was on like a small side table with candles and like little cups of alcohol or money in the cups.
And what did that statue in your research represent?
The Santa Marta statue was Angel of Death that they had up.
Charles Beltran was the key witness for the prosecution. Chuck had offered multiple versions of his story to witnesses and then to law enforcement before settling on the one he would testify to. First, he told a friend that Marisella had gotten into his car, but they had not driven to the house. Then he claimed to police that she had gone to his home, but had awoken and left the house unharmed. In the next version, Lisa had stabbed Marisella, and Nina had entered the room and took part in the attack. The version that he eventually told to the jury pointed the finger solely at Lisa Dykes.
Tell me what happened next.
I wake up to her screaming, saying, help me, help me. I guess just from all the movement going on in the bed, that's when I wake up and I see Lisa on top of her. She's like with the knife coming down like this. And once I noticed the knife, that's why I pushed Lisa off of her. Just my reaction was just to push her, and I pushed her hard. And her and Marisela like tumble over. Lisa still got a hold of her. As I get up, I'm still trying to process what the hell is going on. I see Lisa still grabbing her. I jump over the bed, and as I come over the bed, I'm trying to pry Lisa off of her. pull her apart. And as I'm pulling them off, it's like Lisa just kind of like let go and she just tumbles over. I look towards Lisa and I grab Lisa and I pin her to the wall and I'm like, what the F are you doing, you know? And she's like, I told you not to bring any more girls over here.
Well,
She's like, I'm getting tired of this.
and you can quote, if you need to say a first word quote, and I want you to quote, tell the jury exactly what you remember Lisa saying to you.
She just said that I told you not to bring any more girls over here. Why are you disrespecting us? I do everything for you. And she was just like, you need to get your little bitch and y'all need to leave now. Y'all need to leave. And Lisa's just still standing there, like just looking at her, just staring at her, just laying there.
Staring at Marisela?
Yes, and I could hear her saying something like I can't recall what she's saying, but it sounds like she's saying like what did I do? What did I do? What did I do?
What do you tell Lisa?
I'm like, Lisa, we have to call 911. She's like, no, like hold on, think about what you're doing before you do it. And to me, like registering that, I was just thinking about the whole scene. Like, I'm with her. I'm the last one with her. She's in my room. You know, it looks like I did something. So, yeah, I was just like, you need to figure this shit out. You told me to fucking leave. Like, you did this shit. Like, you need to, I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? I can't deal with this. Like, it was just so much to deal with. And I put my clothes on and grabbed my stuff and left.
Cell phone location data support.
You think any of his shit?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's possible,
and it's possible, but then it's also I don't know because they can't even determine how like
the cause of death.
Like how the cause of death. So it's like I don't know, cause you saying if she came in there and she stabbed her.
Where was Nina?
I don't know. Like he stated, well, he didn't state.
Oh, she said she was there because Nina came in later. Yeah.
And they're the two that he's saying that I guess got rid of
the body. And then
Nina,
I guess Nina gonna keep it solid and not testify against her. Because basically Nina has nothing to do but failure to report. I guess
it should be
accessory after fact, but she could still, I guess, consider charged with the capital murder. Depends on how they spin it. Yeah,
especially how y'all move after the fact. Like you said, failure to report. Then y'all the two that got rid of by y'all fleet the country. Like it's a lot.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying?
Because he never went with them.
Yeah.
He really never went with them, so he could possibly be telling the truth.
I guess the only place he did go is they left. Well, he just went back. Because he's saying that night he left completely and went off. He did reach out to Lisa for money.
Yeah. He reaching out, but I'm saying he never went
to Utah.
Yeah, but I'm saying he never fled with them anywhere.
He was never with them. Is what you're saying.
Yeah. They went to multiple states, went to Mexico. Like, they running. He went to Utah. He hid out in Utah, but he wasn't traveling with them. Going to here.
Yeah, I feel you.
On and grabbed my stuff and left.
Cell phone location data supported Chuck's testimony as to his movements. He left the house and traveled to an ex-girlfriend's apartment building. Early the next morning, he got an oil change, which was also documented. Chuck then stayed away from the house until Lisa called him and told him that he could return. When he did, days later, the room had been thoroughly cleaned. Roughly 10 days following the murder, after the...
Wow, that's fucking insane. This bitch did... What? But like the hairdresser... Like the hairdresser said, you... That shit one said you invited this, like... Yeah, because she walked in and Nina... You asked for all this. You kicked your kids out. You said you wanted to live.
You married to
Hold on. Mm-hmm. You kicked the kids out. You you said you wanted to live the life that you always wanted to live. You got your little sugar baby. That's what they call sugar baby living in the house. You taking care of him. You bought him a car. You now you married, and now I'm kind of sussing Nina's
Involvement.
Not even her involvement.
Oh.
Her being a widow.
Oh, well, we don't know how he.
I'm still sussing it. I don't care because now she done came into a lump sum of money.
Mm-hmm.
Now you know what I'm saying. But y'all had already knew each other prior, so it make me side eye that situation.
I feel you. Can't ever put none past people, but I feel you.
The room had been thoroughly cleaned. Roughly 10 days following the murder, after the FBI came to the...
And then they some lawyers and paralegals, so they thinking how to get away with murder.
Well, y'all was smart.
Comment. I'm just playing. I don't know how to get all this stuff.
Really cleaned. Roughly 10 days following the murder, after the FBI came to the house, Lisa and Nina made plans to pack up and to leave. Chuck testified that he went along with them because he didn't think that anyone would believe that he was innocent of the murder.
You ever think about calling the police later down the road?
I've always had it in the back of my mind, but I always thought that it could be pointed to me. They're attorneys, they have good jobs, they don't have no record. Me, I look like the bad guy. I was scared.
Pointing to the other two blood profiles found at the scene, defense counsel questioned who else had been in the house when Marisela...
Didn't he say it was a male blood profile there too?
Yeah.
But also, if she is actively committing this crime, she could have cut him in the process.
Mm-hmm.
So he could have blood at the scene from that. Or was this all a ploy and a setup to do in the first place? And you went out here and preyed on somebody because y'all do bow at the shrine and all that stuff. So he's probably bringing y'all victims to do whatever rituals y'all got desires. He's helping. You still, that's premeditation.
Yeah, I agree. And my thing is, if okay, say for instance, Lisa is the one that came in and did all this, everyone in the house just as guilty. Y'all, you just left. You brought her to the house,
sure.
And then you just left her there to die. Then you could have left and called some. I don't care about all that other stuff because if you would have did it right then and there, they would have been able to determine really. Like what happened and who is who did what,
or did you assault her and then take her life and then they play because they so in love with you help play cleanup because they can be fucking
I don't know.
She already which one Lisa she already fucked up in the head anyway, so who knows.
Died. Although police had assumed the second and third profiles belonged to Chuck, Lisa, or Nina, testing showed none of them were a match.
But the truth of the matter is, not only did you have girls, you had guys, you had people over there all the time, right?
Yes, sir.
The early morning hours of October the 5th, you had more than just Marisella.
No, sir.
We just have to take your word for it, right?
That's what happened.
No, we have to take your word for it, right? This version has actually led to your murder case being dismissed, right?
This is the truth.
That's not my question. You know your case is going to be dismissed based on this version, based on you cooperating with the state, right?
Yes, sir.
Lisa Dykes Beltran took the stand in her own defense. She told the jury that Charles Beltran was a violent man and that she feared him.
Charles was a lot more aggressive than what you have been told. He was really bad as far as...
So nobody's pointing a finger at Nina at all.
No, Chuck pointed at Lisa and Lisa like...
But him being a bad...
And Lisa pointed at Chuck.
But her not telling that immediately to me already shows like, You get what I mean?
And you was obsessed with this bad person. You wanted to go and change your whole little self for this bad person.
Now you looking like an old ass grandma.
That's what such like 90 Day.
You went from being a mom to I want to be a young mom to now, oh, hold on, I'm a little old frail little lady.
Aggression goes. One night in particular, he was trying to get a hold of me for money. Whenever I woke up in the morning, I had 99 missed phone calls from this man. 99.
They did not have a romantic relationship, despite what multiple witnesses had stated under oath.
Love interest name?
No. Chuck was and continued to always be a business interest that went sideways.
Okay, so you hear all these women talk about how sweet he was. Is that the 50-50 he's referring to?
Well, it's not the 50 I got most of the time in the later days, but he could definitely appear to be. He was a wolf in sheep's clothing.
I have a question. So you brought him in the house.
Mm-hmm.
The connection is with you.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all wasn't involved sexually,
So
but
why
you called
you-
him in the bed with Nina.
Well, I guess you mad because Nina's your wife, and but you should be mad at Nina, or I guess
But
both.
my thing is, if he hit Nina, I'm pretty sure. Okay, girl, whatever.
I'm saying in that matter. Also, I don't know.
No, I'm just saying, yeah, whatever.
Cause she'll say I'm married to Nina, so my love interest is not him. But the last name change shit is weird.
Yeah,
that's a big like
Excuse me.
Lisa also denied worshipping the Santa Muerte or partaking in witchcraft. The altar that was found in Mesquite belonged to Chuck, she said. And the statue in the closet in the Pennsylvania house? Well, that was a Halloween decoration.
There was like a Halloween skeleton that's full size, like human sized. And he had put, because they were Mormon, a Mormon religious like piece of clothing on it. It's like a long white robe. But it was bundled up in like unfloored closet. It's not anything else. So it was just a bunch of stuff and storage that we had in there that we kept locked, including paperwork that we didn't want shown to people coming to look at the house.
Well, you heard the neighbor from Pennsylvania said you were kneeling to it, praying to it. Remember that?
I remember her saying that, and I also have no concept why she would have said it. We never did that.
She has nothing to gain from this. So
Lisa testified that on the weekend of Marisella's murder, she was still in recovery from her plastic surgery. The thigh-plasty, she said, had failed and left her in a great deal of pain. She struggled to walk and drive at that time.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I used to think having a baby was 10, right? With this particular injury, where this was, and pain factor involved, this is a 10, and having a baby is 5.
Okay.
So that gives you an idea of what that was in dealing with it.
I ain't never heard nobody.
On October 3rd, 2 days before the murder, Lisa did manage a 4-hour trip to Arkansas to watch Chuck perform at a club. Lisa paid for the show. She had also funded transit and multiple hotel rooms and drinks for Chuck and his friends. When the group returned to Texas, the rapper decided to celebrate out with friends instead of staying at home. That night, he met Marisela Botello and brought her home with him.
That's why she
You were there in your room sleep.
Yes, with the dog.
On that day, did you ever come in contact with Marisella?
No.
When Chuck arrived there with her, according to the phone records, in the early morning hours, did you ever know he was there?
No.
Anything unusual about him arriving at your house in the early morning hours?
No.
You heard him say that at some point you came into that room and you stabbed Marisella. Did you go into that room and stab Marisella?
No.
Did you struggle with Marisella?
No, absolutely not. No.
Did you argue with Chuck about Marisella?
No.
Had you ever met Marisella?
No.
Finally, Lisa testified that the cellular data tracked her movement after the murder to the area near Hutchins, where Marisella's remains were eventually found, because she and Nina had driven out to a FedEx depot in Hutchins that morning. Nina was working on a case in New York and required documents sent for her urgent review.
Why y'all go there and not? Hold on.
And she said the next day. What time?
Mesquite got a fat ass, bro. Mesquite ain't no small.
But my thing is, you talking about you.
She said she went to a FedEx, right?
Yeah. But you talking about you could barely walk. You was in so much pain. All of this, but you were able to get up. What you trying to?
I was just trying. They got a fucking FedEx there, bro. You want had to leave Mesquite. I know Texas a little bit, and I'm like, ain't no way in hell you would have had to leave Mesquite to go. There's too many. Come on, bro. That don't even fucking make sense. That joint is all the way down here, right? Over here. Yeah, it's a FedEx over there, right? But y'all, like, you see how many other FedEx spots you missed?
That you passed? Yeah.
That won't even fucking make sense. There's one right in there.
A case in New York and required documents sent for her urgent review. Except that when they arrived, there were no documents to collect.
If you were in that area, would that explain why your phones were pinging in that area?
I would assume so.
Other than going to that Wintergreen out 45 and looping back up to go to the distribution center, did you ever go to 3600 Post Oak and drop a body out?
No, sir.
So that's what she talking about, the
The prosecution closed its case by emphasizing the central lie of Lisa's testimony, which is also what they argued was her motive for the murder, her relationship with Charles Beltran.
And in this case, she swore on direct and swore on cross over and over and over again that she had no romantic or sexual relationship with Charles Beltran. Yet in her phone, that she is on talking to someone when she gets arrested in March of 2021, March 26th, his name is Lover. She chose that name for him. Yet she sat up there and lied to you. No, he was just a business investment. And what you see is the evolution of Lisa Dykes right there from when prior to when she met Charles Beltran, all the way through to the bottom, full tattoos, new haircut, platinum hair, makeup.
You doing all that for somebody you claim you investing in business? No. You getting searched? No. You're not doing all of that.
So, damn.
This is somebody you're in a relationship with.
Also, you getting the tattoos because he's a tattoo individual. So you want to feel like you're connected to him in some shape, form, or fashion. Also, from my viewpoint, from my experience, most of the time when you got an individual who say they're being managed and operated by a woman, and that individual ain't owned in the industry, they're fucking. Mm-hmm. They're fucking somehow. When they be like, "Oh, my girl, my such and such manager," and you like, "Oh, how long she been?" "Oh, no, I'm my only client. This is for." "Oh, you fucking." It's some shape, form, or fashion. From my experience, you know what I'm saying. Especially, yeah. Is she? Yeah. Cause have you ever had any other talent? Is this your first one? You ain't got nobody else, you know?
New haircut, platinum hair, makeup. The last hair appointment she had with Kat, she changes her appearance again, bright pink.
And what's it, Thunder? How you gonna be that damn selfish where you get mad because he fucking and having other women at the house? Shorty, you went and married a whole nother woman. You got your life. Shit, you got your joy. Let me get mine. But you got a problem with it. You jealous at every, but you can.
Still has the scars from her facelift that Nina paid for. This is the willing evolution of a woman that was obsessed with a young, much younger man that was in the rap scene and in the bar scene. And this is what she thought he wanted her to look like. So that's what she did.
The jury returned with their verdict in a near record-breaking time, having only spent 90 minutes deliberating.
Ooh, are you guilty?
The jury unanimously find the defendant, Lisa Jo Dykes, guilty of murder as charged in the indictment. For the second case, we, the jury, unanimously find the defendant, Lisa Jo Dykes, guilty of tampering with physical evidence.
Guilty on both counts. Murder and tampering with evidence for having attempted to hide Marisela in the woods near to Hutchins. The same jury returned for the sentencing phase of the trial. They heard from Marisela's younger brother, who told the court about the fun-loving, supportive, and kind sister that he misses every day. She made a poor decision on the night of her death when she got into the car with Charles Beltran, but there was no way to have predicted the actions of Lisa Dykes. Lisa was handed a life sentence for the murder and 20 years for evidence tampering. Nina Morano and Charles Beltran pleaded guilty to the tampering charge. The charges of murder pending against both were dismissed. That was the tragic case of Marisela Botello-Valadez.
So what did Chuck get? Let me see. What's his name? Charles. You got it written down?
It's like Beltran. I don't know.
Let's see if I got it. He got it. Beltran.
There you go.
He was sentenced to 6 years in prison last year. 6 years, he can do 6.
So did Nina get that too?
So what's Nina?
Hers is Moreno or something like that.
Hers right here.
Oh.
Charles and Nina sentenced to 6 and 8 years. So Nina would have gotten 8 years.
Yeah.
Because she did do a lot. She got rid of.
She actually helped her take the body out there
and flee.
And
they fled the country.
Yeah.
That ain't, you know what I'm saying? Oh.
Rest in peace.
Facts. And you finna lose your bar license. And you finna lose your whole life. Over. Yeah. You should tell her, you a lawyer. Advise her appropriately. Turn yourself in. This is not gonna turn out good. Just turn yourself in. You a lawyer.
Not only that, but I mean, I get that's your wife, but I'm not doing that. Because that was a stupid, poor decision over jealousy. Honey, what about, have we thought, like, I'll be waking him up. Y'all got to get up at my house. Y'all got to go. I'm not about to take nobody's life. Like, what? Rest in peace. That's so sad, bro.
Also, again, how the fuck you getting mad? How are you getting mad when you literally gotta? What you think? He just want 2 old biddies? That boy young. He don't want 2 old joints. And he work at the bar. He working down at the bar because he trying to get. It don't even make sense, shorty. You slow, very slow, dumb, stupid, whatever you want to call it, man.
Yeah.
But she did not deserve that at all because she didn't even know the man. They ain't had no connection. It was probably a one night thing, and we don't even have ties together afterwards.
I just pray that they fully get it right, though.
True.
And not saying, I'm saying, like, I do feel like Lisa's guilty, but I just pray that the
story is what truly what it is.
They didn't get off light.
Yeah.
By removing themselves from having more involvement.
Yeah.
But
that's true. But hey, man, y'all spam us up in the comments. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts about it for us in the comment section down below. But until next time, y'all know how it go, man. I do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is
We are.
Time to kick it, got a stack of flip for my folks. Dollar. Please tell me you can